Hey everyone, I made this video to talk about why I have made the brave and courageous decision to detransition. This might be a bit of a difficult video to get through, so before we begin, make sure to grab a blanket, some hot chocolate, hit the subscribe button, and get comfy. We've got a lot to talk about today. So recently I graduated from the school of doing way too many drugs. Yippee! I'm incredibly proud of myself for finishing rehab. I know I got mocked online quite a bit for owning up to having a substance abuse problem, but honestly millions of people struggle with substance abuse. But most of them don't get help because of the same stigma I faced when I opened up about it. The day I no longer earn enough money making content online that I can't pay my rent and have to get a normie job, I'm putting my good at not doing drugs credentials next to my certificate in public relations that I got from an online class that I took at the School of the Church of Scientology. Now for the record, I'm not a Scientologist, but I thought it would be very funny to be certified in public relations by the Church of Scientology. While I was in rehab, I learned a lot about myself and had to make hard decisions about how I'm moving forward as a content creator, followed by everything that I went through last year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I covered it all on my first live stream back from my hiatus when I went to rehab, and I'll put a link in the description of the video. I made a name for myself at the beginning of 2022 when I shifted my content from live streams where I just played video games or reacted to dumb videos on YouTube to covering anti-trans legislation that began sweeping across the United States. This garnered me a significantly larger audience than I had ever been used to in the past, even putting me on the front page of the Washington Post. At my peak, I not only grew to be the largest transgender political live streamer on Twitch, but the largest transgender live streamer on the entire platform.
I'm going to talk about Twitch streamer, the largest trans Twitch streamer, Keffals, friend of the show.
Everyone who was part of my community last year should be incredibly proud of everything we accomplished. We put together some impressive feats of community organizing, raising $52,785 for Equality Texas Foundation, as well as raising $206,460 for the Campaign for Southern Equality, making it the 12th largest fundraiser that year and beating Critical Role. That's right, you nerds. Why don't you roll initiative on getting some bitches, you lame D&D loving fat? And of course, we successfully organized a media campaign called Drop Kiwi Farms in the wake of me getting arrested at gunpoint and having to flee my home. People mocked me for this. They said that there was no way I could ever convince Cloudflare to drop Kiwi Farms, including Mr. Medicare.
Cloudflare heard you, Keffals. Cloudflare understands. So let's go look at the response that Cloudflare put up. So this is Cloudflare. This is a blog. They just put it up. You can see right there, August 31st, 2022. This is today, just hours before this stream. Matthew Prince, that's the guy, what is it, Dakota East or whatever, that she's constantly screaming at. Cloudflare's abuse policies and approach. This is the blog they wrote. Ready? Here we go. Wait a minute. What? Chat, what is that? I don't know what does this mean? Here's the actual article. Maybe this is really a nice way for a corporation to say, fuck yourself.
But against all odds, we successfully pressured a $16 billion corporation into dropping the stalker forum. Up until recently, Kiwi Farms users constantly made sure to remind me and every single person who watches my content that the site is still up, even though I never claimed to have completely brought it offline, stating in the last post on the Drop Kiwi Farms website, "The campaign is over. We won." After the announcement that Cloudflare would drop Kiwi Farms as a customer, the site came online again with a Russian domain and switched to DDoS Guard. Less than 24 hours later, DDoS Guard, a Russian company that specializes in DDoS protection, has also dropped Kiwi Farms. Their Russian domain is now offline, and Joshua Moon has stated, "I do not see a situation where Kiwi Farms is simply allowed to operate. It will either become a fractured shell of itself like 8chan, or jump between hosts and domains like Daily Stormer." Many sites that have faced pressure campaigns to be deplatformed like 8chan and Daily Stormer are still online. They are nevertheless completely impotent. Whether or not we are able to completely remove Kiwi Farms from the internet is irrelevant to the fact that the goals of our campaign have not only been achieved, but achieved more than we could ever have expected. All the major corporations that provided the services to keep Kiwi Farms online have decided that Kiwi Farms poses a great risk. The CEO of Cloudflare has said that Kiwi Farms poses an imminent and emergency threat to human life, and former assistant director of the FBI has claimed Kiwi Farms carries a threat of domestic terror. It's become very clear in the last week that there is no tolerance for this kind of hate. and millions of people have come together to celebrate their defeat. FiberHub, the company that houses the servers Kiwi Farms is hosted on, has not made a statement. Joshua Moon believes that FiberHub will also drop them, as Kiwi Farms is now considered a terror threat and there is no benefit for any company to provide them service. Our team will monitor the vestiges of Kiwi Farms in the coming weeks and months. It is highly unlikely that Kiwi Farms will resurface with enough resources to maintain the online presence they once had. As a result, this is the final statement of the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign until further notice. What we have accomplished in such a short time has never been done before in the entire history of the internet. The countless victims of Kiwi Farms can sleep soundly knowing that the site is doomed, will never regain its former momentum, and will continue to bleed followers and become more and more irrelevant with each passing week. We have done our part to honor people like Julie Terryberry, Chloe Sagal, and David Kirk-Ginder. Thank you all for helping me and every other person affected by Kiwi Farms seek justice. Today, the world is a better place. If I'm completely honest, the harassment that I received from Kiwi Farms never went away even after they were dropped by Cloudflare. Even just recently, someone sent this unhinged rant Joshua Moon went on about me the same day that his website got nuked off the ClearNet.
And finally, before we get too sad for Queen Keffals and the immense personal and professional damage that they've suffered as a result of the LPS's unfair, undignified treatment of them as a real human being, let's remind ourselves who Queen Keffals really is. This is a very recent message. Keffals says, I deserve a medal for getting put on the Kiwi Farms front page twice after leaving rehab and barely caring. If I had a weaker constitution, I would not be able to deal with this. Ever since my campaign that got them deplatformed from Cloudflare, they have had a vendetta against me and will until it finally shut down. They are always going to do whatever they can to try and make me kill myself. I've accepted this. Without further ado, I would like to play a clip. I would like to play a clip for all of you, if I'm allowed to sort of juxtapose this perceived weakness with how they really felt when they had the upper hand.
1776, yo! Yo!
It's over.
It's fucking over! No host, no DDoS protection, nothing.
1776 Solutions, previously known as Final Solutions LLC, is over. The timing on this is incredible. Like, it's the comedic timing on every single part of this has been outstanding.
I love this live stream. Live updates on the ruination of Joshua Moon's life.
Very sad, isn't it? Very sad.
This is amazing.
I think this is officially rest in piss territory.
How do you come back from this?
You can't. You can't. And this is before any legal action and anything else. So this is the end.
Even right now, there's more shit happening as a consequence that I have to deal with by myself and without anybody else's help. And when it was okay, when it was going well, Keffals had no problem laughing about it. Here's what I have to say. I don't want you to die, Keffals. I want you to live. I want you to live for thousands of years so that every day you wake up and you see half of man. You agonize over your own botched surgeries and you've accomplished nothing and you fight drug addiction year after year. I want you to live forever for 475,000 years until the end of Kali Yuga. I want Keffals to be alive so that they can continue to suffer as Keffals does every day. Boys and girls. TTD. That's right, chat. That's right, chat. Fuck them. What's a problem that's not going to exist in 2070, chat? That's right.
After Drop Kiwi Farms, the harassment from the farms got worse for me in some respects, as they formed a personal vendetta against me. Users of the site continued to make up insane conspiracy theories about me, like that I lied about going to rehab and instead joined a polyamorous relationship in Northern Ireland. It's just a weird thing to lie about because there's no clout and hardly any sympathy to be gained from all of this. But you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna try this right now to see if they're onto something. Hello, I'm Keffals, and I did too many drugs and I had to go to rehab. This is very, very sad, and you should subscribe to my channel. 1 subscribe equals 1 I will never ever do drugs again, I promise. As absolutely unhinged as it is, these lies still get spread off-site and repeated by people who only have 2 brain cells to rub together. That said, I'm not too pressed on people spreading rumors because I can't control it, and even if it has hurt my reputation, I would rather focus on more positive things in my life. And it wasn't just kiwi farms that I was getting attacked by. I was being attacked by both the right and the left. And I'm gonna let my friend Thana explain.
Keffals' story was so popular that it managed to land her a segment on CNN. During the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign, Keffals continued to soar to the top of the online trans community and was basically their champion advocate. But as of recent, the online trans community has largely turned on Keffals. Why, you ask? Well, because she made some jokes. Yep, jokes. That's basically what did it. Sometime roughly around last year, Keffals seemingly decided to adopt an edgier style of humor and advocacy, which included calling transphobes and her detractors the R-slur and making jokes about the fact that she has autism. And yes, that really was enough to cause massive backlash. I mean, we're talking like over 40,000 people unfollowed her on Twitter over this. The backlash is still continuing today and is pretty much just as fierce as it first started, with the most recent development being that previous acquaintances or possibly former friends of Keffals leaking that she has been experiencing issues with substance abuse. Now, why exactly that's relevant or matters confuses me as much as I hope it confuses you. Right now, there are tens of thousands of people on Twitter who are mocking Keffals' substance abuse issues, saying things like, "I hope you relapse after rehab," "deserved," "you should overdose," and rewriting history to act as if Keffals' legal fund from the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign was actually a scam to collect money for drugs, despite literally zero evidence existing of this. These people are reprehensible, and their actions cannot be excused. Rather, I'm trying to offer a potential understanding for their actions. I don't know if understanding this helps anything about the situation, but at least it's something. In the end, Keffals will be known for her accomplishments. She will go down as someone who raised $250,000 for trans youth and fought to take down kiwi farms. Meanwhile, the losers on Twitter who are attacking her right now will go down as nothing. They are just profile pictures on a screen. By the way, some of the more prominent of which are relentlessly attacking her as a very obvious ploy to funnel traffic into their OnlyFans accounts. If you're driving traffic to your OnlyFans by kicking Keffals while she's down, I hope you enjoy the blood money from the transphobic chasers flooding in with subscriptions to you. These people are nobodies. They don't change anything in the real world or remove transphobes from positions of power like Keffals did. They sit inside and tweet away so their small hug box gives them social brownie points for towing the line and defending their own. They will attack Keffals for being ableist due to her use of the R-slur while also hypocritically attacking Keffals for having addiction issues. Addiction usually stems from untreated mental health issues, think like depression for example. To make fun of addicts like this, in my opinion, is a form of ableism. You are wishing harm onto a person who is experiencing substance abuse issues, likely due to their mental health condition. That is ableism. Or in a more official sense, in the US, substance use disorders are considered disabilities under the Americans with Disabilities Act. If you disagree with either of these definitions or classifications, it seems you're taking a very fringe position in order to gatekeep disabilities from people you don't like. But these people don't care about consensus or outcomes, because their priority doesn't seem to be fighting against ableism, but rather is fighting to defend their favorite social club. As always, the broader online left is stupid and lacks principles.
Which gets us into the main topic of this video, why I'm detransitioning. I've always been a very political person, from being an edgy teenager reading Marx and Lenin in high school to being a member of the Communist Party and running for office. But just because I am a political person does not mean that I am politically effective, and being able to recognize that is important. The political climate for trans people is exponentially worse than when I began covering anti-trans legislation last year. with over 400 anti-trans bills being proposed this year, and more than twice as many as last year actually taking effect. Some going as far as what Alejandra dubbed Florida's Let Them Die Act, which allows medical care providers to deny people treatment based on their conscience, and also allows insurance providers to deny people coverage if it goes against their supposed moral or religious guidelines. Which is just going to end up with members of the LGBTQ community being denied life-saving treatment, just as it has in the past. With all that said, I have nothing unique to add to the discourse about the current state of politics in regards to trans people. Instead of continuing to try to add to this discourse, I'd rather just admit that to myself and to my community, and move on to creating content about other things. This is why I've decided to detransition as a political commentary live streamer, and transition into a commentary YouTuber. There are many great people online who do a good job thoroughly covering anti-trans legislation. If you're looking for someone to follow on Twitter, look no further than my friend Alejandra Caraballo, who does a great job covering anti-trans legislation on Twitter. If TikTok is more your speed, I'd recommend Aaron in the Morn, who does more thorough analysis on these bills and just got engaged to Montana Rep Zoe Zephyr, who made headlines for being expelled from the Montana legislature for not taking shit, which makes Aaron and Zoe the girl boss power couple of the decade. If you're a live streaming enjoyer, I'd recommend following Vosh, a good friend of mine who I have a very cordial relationship with.
Clara said, kill yourself? Gotcha, fair. Fair and deserved.
But I'm moving on to do more general commentary, and hence why the format of my videos has changed so drastically. I'm still a live streamer, and you can catch my streams every Friday at 12 PM Eastern for riveting drama such as this. No, it's not. What the fuck? I can't hear my ref. Wait. Why is this? Yeah, nothing's playing. This is confusing. Wait, the game itself is muted? Is that... Wait, is it? Oh, the game itself is muted. Okay, I'm so fucking smart. I am an incredibly intelligent human being. I'm excited for the brave journey I'm about to embark on as I detransition from a political commentary live streamer into a commentary YouTuber, and I want to thank you all for supporting my detransition. I'm going to be doing more short-form commentary videos as well as working on some longer-form content. I'd love to hear from you all what you think, so be sure to comment below. However, above all else, I hope that I've been able to emphasize the power of community with what I've done. Everything from last year couldn't have been accomplished without many people. So many people coming together to fight a common cause. If you want to change the world, organize. Reach out to local queer and leftist activists and build the community, or join already existing organizations as well. Raise money, protest, and push for positive change. I don't have much else to say. I'm excited for the future of this channel and seeing where we go. I want to continue building up this community, having fun and enjoying my time online. Again, if you want to catch me while I'm streaming, it's every Friday. And if you want to support me further, you can at patreon.com/Keffals. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.